Courtside Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. And the Nittany Lions will kick it off to get us underway. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he had just taken the touchback. So Washington's offense will have the football first. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power, all those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well today.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. They'll try to get it through the air. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Makes the catch at the 30. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. So Penn State's offense taking the field for a chance we have to see them today. And when these two guys are in sync the way they were a week ago, just a nightmare. It's a performance they hope they can repeat this week, Jesse.
And I think a big key in that last game was they linked up a couple times early, had some big plays, and then after that, David, it didn't seem like the quarterback was looking anywhere else. They're going to try and establish that connection and that rhythm early in this one.
And defensively, where is the big fella? Like, I got to identify where he is every single snap and give him some extra attention. So if I route him at the line of scrimmage and be physical, have that safety help over the top, I'm not letting him beat him.
They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch isn't plenty to give them a first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing. Let's take just a second and talk about Penn State. They're the new #1 team in the country. What do they need to do to stay in that spot?
Well, and it's cool to see this team earn that, right? Like, they haven't been #1. They had to go get it on the field, and now it's got to stay on the field, Jesse. One game at a time. Don't get over our skis. Think about too many things in the future. Think about today.
Yeah, they've got to have a sense of urgency now, especially knowing with that #1 beside the name, they're going to get everybody's best shot. So they've got to step up. They've actually got to elevate their play now, I think, to keep this thing moving forward.
The Nittany Lions need to pick it up on 4th down. Going for the marker on the ground. Runs through the tackle. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. The Nittany Lions are in the hurry-up. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Guys, let's think big picture for a minute and talk about Penn State. Not sure if you guys saw this, but they had a big-time 4-star running back give a verbal commitment last week. What's his transition going to be like? Turning it on! They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. The offense threatening. Close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. Driving its way all the way down to the 3-yard line. They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. Setting up for the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
And the running back was not going to be denied on that play. He had a hole. He saw it. He put his foot in the ground, and that was pay dirt.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. He'll do it himself. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air. Got it in the middle, it's Otten. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. To the air on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Otten. The quick feet, the acceleration, the vision, and he works his way to the 44. And the Huskies can really attack on this 2nd and short. Out of the gun, the running back has it. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Let's talk for just a second about Washington. Really good win on the recruiting trail last week. Got a commitment from a 4-star linebacker.
He's going to help him out a lot because of his speed. He simply has things you can't coach from the linebacker.
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Washington sends out the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Punt will bounce out of bounds, and they're going to spot it at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Off play action on first down. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Now he'll let one fly down the left side. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. Off the play fake. Fires to the wideout. Working on the right. Goes upstairs.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Oh, he's got some space. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 coming up. Wants to throw on first down. Heaves it deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Give to the running back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. The decimal meter's about to explode. One of the great environments. Wideout level noise. Fires to the big fella. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. Let's see what he can do with it. He's able to pick his way for just a bit, but he'll be stopped at the 18. Good job by the punt team. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Fires to the right. Pulls it in. And he in the middle. It's Reynolds. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Got him downfield. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Well, this defense now is just getting gashed. And if you're the defensive coordinator, you might now want to think about being aggressive, changing up your play calls, and maybe breaking your own tendencies, because you have got to stop this offense just marching down the field.
Buying some time. Not out of trouble and throws. Got it in the middle. It's Glover. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. The Nittany Lions will hustle to the line. Off play action. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the second down misfire. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious. One final play before the end of the quarter. On fourth down, they'll try to throw it.
They've done a nice...
Hauls it in, the first down and more. Touchdown, Penn State! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Penn State on top. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. Now to see if they can answer this early blitz here in the second quarter. The kickoff team is on the field, and we're ready to get this one underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quick.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Looking to throw on first down. It's picked off, and another empty drive. Got room on the return. The tag! About the only good thing that happened for the offense on that play, at least it wasn't a pick six. What a return.
Yeah, that didn't look good for the offense. You know all those big fellas, those O-linemen, they're not going to be able to go make the play. So as the...
Touchdown, Nittany Lions! Fit it in the window for the score.
And this crowd was already jacked up. They were already excited. They were already making a difference in this football game, and the offense continues to pile on and give them something to cheer about. 27-0 here in the first half. This has been all home team.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Handoff to the lone back. Ran right through the defender, and now he's still running. They get him out of bounds. Couple yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling. They're going to ride this running back. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
Yeah, these are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. You don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. And these teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired. But you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
To the air on second down. Wide open downfield. Breaks into the open. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep. Wants to throw again. Rushes on him. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? Gets the back moving. Second down, he'll throw it. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, Huskies. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. The extra point is good, but they're still down 28-7. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking for space, it's Glover. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. The Nittany Lions want to pick up the tempo.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Motion from the wideout. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Unloads to the right. Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot. In a perfect world, quarterback hits his last step, turns the ball loose, receiver comes out of the break, ball's there. That's not what happened there.
Because this isn't a perfect world. Because we're going to put a defender on you, mess up that timing where it's not easy breezy, just like you're throwing on air. It's a nice job by the defense disrupting the timing.
And the Nittany Lions line up trying to move the sticks on third and short. Oh, they're after him. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. And the offense will stay on the field. Do you think they're just going to try to make the defense jump? They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Well, you're already 2 for 2, and now you're 3 for 3. So offensively, this is just a day that ends in Y. It's another day at the office continuing to go for it on fourth down. And guess what? Continuing to have success.
And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Nittany Lions come to the line with a new set of downs. Off the play fake on first down to throw. There he goes. They'll get him out of bounds and mark it at the 21.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
It's been hard enough to slow down these guys on this drive. Now the penalty gives him another 1st and 10. Looking for an open area to his left. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone.
That's a decision the quarterback would love to have back. Down here in this area of the field in the red zone, these windows, they close so quickly. Everything just has to be done a little bit faster. You got to be so much more precise, and as a result of being late on the throw, they turn it over in the red zone.
A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Pulls it in. It's Perry. Still running at the 40. They get him out of bounds. Couple yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling. They came out hot on this drive. One play and already near midfield. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. He finds finds a dead spot in the middle. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. All right, guys, let's chat for just a moment about Washington. They climbed into the top 25. Nothing has been given to these guys, but they're quickly becoming a problem for everybody else.
Well, they are, and they earned that number beside their name. They've played really, really well. The question is, now can you keep it? David, how many times in the past?
And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Washington sends out the punt team. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. All the way back to the 15. He'll get it out to about the 20-yard line, and that's where they'll mark him down. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Looking downfield on 1st down. Throws to the tight end. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Now the play fake. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Throws for the tight end. For the 3rd straight play, the pass falls incomplete. 3 straight misfires has left them staring at 4th and 10, but they'll try it again. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Fires to the right. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. Complete with conviction on the crosser. Touchdown, Huskies! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Going right to work up top. He's got it. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling there out to the 35. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Now he's going to break the pocket. And the rush will get to him at the 25. The Nittany Lions have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. They'll run behind the big guys on the right. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. The Nittany Lions need their binoculars to find that line to gain here on 3rd down. Looking to scramble. Going to try to get it himself. Works his way out to the 33-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds. This offense will try to convert on 4th down for the 5th time. The defense has come up with just 1 stop so far. Makes the grab past the marker. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. Looking to throw on 1st down. Gets rid of it. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Catch in the middle. It's Reynolds. He gets it down to the 30-yard line, and time is running short here in the 1st half. The Nittany Lions come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Grabbed over the middle. It's Reynolds. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many 1st downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
Instead, it's second down. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime.
What a play by the defender there, guys. In his own end zone. The offense has taken a
touchdown, Penn State! Grabbed in the end zone and put 6 on the board.
Man, that was beautiful clock management. Great job by this offense, sustaining the drive, not getting too much in a panic, and finishing the drive with a touchdown with not a lot of time on the clock.
And he's coming out of the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Offense has enough time to get off a play before we head to the half. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. Under a minute to play here in the first half, and the offense will take a knee, and that is how we'll wrap up the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, after seeing that, sign me up for another 2 quarters there in Happy Valley.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Here's a heat. Looking for his man in the middle. He's got it down the right side. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down. That's the way to open a drive. Now they'll put it in play just shy of midfield. To the air on first down. Looking to the big tight end. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22.
Well, this offense has shown you it doesn't take a lot of time for them to generate explosive plays through the air. Big completion on the previous play. They take another shot and hit it, and they have completed.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
Well, you got to know as a quarterback, when you're in an empty set, which means you have no running backs in the backfield with you, you got to be able to get rid of the football. And you're expecting pressure. The clock's going to go off in your head. Not a good job of keeping 2 hands on the football, and the defense able to knock it loose.
And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Turning it on. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
Caught in the backfield, it's Williams. Running through contact. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels. The Huskies just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Quarterback on the keeper. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. They finally get him stopped, but this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
And that's a nice job by this QB. Great job. You show patience, right? Like, if they don't come take me, I'm going to keep running. That's how I go pick up another first down, move the sticks, and this offense can keep churning.
He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. They'll turn to the jet sweep to try to convert. Knocked down way behind the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a loss of 7. They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Big one this week in the SEC. Heck, they're all big ones in that conference. Arkansas is in front. They've played awfully well today, and while there's no Darren McFadden out there, this group is fighting. They're up by 7 over Tennessee. It's an outcome that, if it holds, will have SEC fans buzzing all week. Guys?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. That fumble in plus territory just ruined that last drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating when you got the offense moving a little bit and you put that thing on the deck, Jesse. But move on, reload, forget about it.
At the end of the day, it's just fundamental football, right? They practice it all week. 5 points of pressure. Every ball carrier has to have it. They just got to do a better job moving forward.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide. And a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Quickly to the tight end. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. And the Nittany Lions racing to the line in a hurry-up. Wide receiver comes in motion. Off the play fake on first down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Martin. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They're dealing with a second and long. They just keep firing. Makes the grab. At midfield, he's got room. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line. The Nittany Lions have this offense rolling. Wants to throw on first down. That's reeled in. It's Denmark. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. They'll run play action. Got it behind the line. It's Martin. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down. The Nittany Lions come to the line with a new set of downs. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Bringing it back.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Finds his tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
And you see on that play the confidence that he has in that playmaker on the perimeter of the field. He's already had a couple catches in this game. It seems like he's always open. And right there, nice job fitting that football into a small space and great awareness by the receiver getting his feet down in bounds.
And nice job on second down. Maybe you're expecting a pass, but sticking the run in there, catching him off balance a little bit, getting a big gain, getting the first down.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. And the Huskies come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Tries to do it himself on the draw. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5. They'll try to overcome that last play on 2nd and 15. They run the reverse. And some room to work. What a run. Gets it inside the 40 and out of bounds at the 36. The Huskies come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. And here comes the punt team. That leg is staying loose. Already the 5th kick of the night. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Here's the pressure. He's got it along the sideline. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Looking down the middle. Picked it off, and this defense really needed something to go right. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession. They'll have to hustle if they want to get off another snap before the end of the period. Looking downfield on first down. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. So the final period starts with a second down play. Looking to fire. Pressure coming. And he feels the heat coming in and burns him up. Another sack.
When I got a stud quarterback like they do, I'm going to protect him. I'm going to make sure that I keep him upright because he can do some serious damage. But this defense applying pressure and applying the hammer in this football game.
Pocket breaking down. It's caught downfield. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14. Washington will snap it in the red zone. Leaves it with the running back. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to Pater. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Wants to go up top. Under fire. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
You know, it doesn't matter how talented you are as a quarterback, how accurate you are, how athletic you are. If you're on your back most of the day, it's going to be very hard to win the game. That's
looking for the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. Going for it all. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away.
The bad news is it's incomplete, but the good news was the quarterback, I think, made the right decision that time, actually throwing it away. He's been burned a couple times early in this one with some picks in this game, and so that time, instead of trying to force the play and make something happen out of nothing, he just throws it away. The defense wins that down. You live to play another day.
The play action fake. Throws to the tight end. And the timing just a hair off.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, fourth down.
The decision to go for it does not pan out. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. The give to the back. Nice move there. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. Now setting up shop in the red zone. Looking to throw on first down. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. And the Huskies now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. They'll go to the ground. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to Pater. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Snags it. Goes out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they'll be set up and in great position here. On first and goal, let's see what Washington does. for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Back to pass. Here comes the heat. Oh, and he got drilled as he just got rid of the football. And they'll come to the line and try to draw a little bit closer on 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to...
And he sacked a big play on 4th down to stop this drive. Smart move to keep it on the ground. Finds his way ahead for 6 and a little breathing room to the 17. The Nittany Lions with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down.
You got to give the coaching staff credit because they really do focus all season long on situational football with the lead late in the game. If we're on offense, we're trying to stay in bounds. We're trying to bleed the clock. And after ripping off a really nice run, that guy knew, I've got to get down. I cannot get pushed out of bounds, cannot get tackled out of bounds. Really, really nice job.
The Nittany Lions moving quickly to the line.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
You got to love how they just continue to do what they do. It's the 4th quarter. You got to lead. There's no reason to get conservative. We're a passing offense. Great job on 1st down. Better job on 2nd down. This offense continuing to stay in a rhythm.
Caught over the middle. It's Reynolds. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Well, jet sweep pass. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. And the Nittany Lions started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Trying to barrel in. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. Back to pass on 2nd down. Throw to the end zone. Picked off. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. Wants to go up top on 1st down. That's caught. It's Perry. He picks up the 1st down, brought down, but not before he put that dude in a blender. The offense will have to use its 1st timeout of the half. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. He'll run it again. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. From the gun on 3rd down. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. 4th down and 12 is 4-down territory for this offense. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Finds his target down the middle. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. And the offense just chooses to spike the ball. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can pick up the 1st without scoring. From the gun, wants to pass. Under fire. Had to get rid of it quickly. And they can't quite hook up trying to make a completion in the back corner of the end zone. There is no point in a field goal here, so the offense stays on the field on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on down. And that decision will be questioned for a while. Well, this is not what the doctor ordered in terms of starting field position. Really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24 and moving those chains. I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level.